David Beckham. I found his documentary the most boring thing I've ever seen.
I thought you were, because you're a United fan.
I think he seemed like a thoroughly nice guy, but like when he's doing all the beekeeping stuff, I'm like,
beekeeping. He's just kind of like
he's obsessed. He loves the bees. Like David Beckham.
That was funny when she was trying to spoof. She was
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
I don't get jokes.
Sippers get ready. When people get ready. Sippers get ready for tea with me.
Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into this episode, and what an episode it is this week, let me tell you a few things about a few things. Number one is our tea. We've teamed up with Suki Tea, and we've launched our Hollywood blend. It's fair trade, don't you worry about that. And it's loose leaf black tea in some very silky, very sexy little bags. Big leaf, big flavour. Look at this. Is it tasty? Mm. Look at this. This is how you'll feel after you drink it.
Oh wow!
It's that tasty, right?
I want all the sippers that when they buy the tea and send you photos of them doing the taste face.
That's remember I used to do impression to the Undertaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is get one for display, get one as a wee souvenir, and then get one to actually just be drinking and take that into work, and you'll be the coolest person in the office. The link's in the description if you want to get involved with that. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast, bonus episode on a Monday, live streaming Friday. Sometimes we do the Lazy Boys on there, with loads of specials on there, with anything and everything you can think of. I'm on tour, ShaneTalkComedy.com. I am gigging everywhere and need you to go, because some places we're not selling well. I'm looking at you, Newcastle, Cardiff, Liverpool, Manchester, London, all the dates bar Belfast, but they're starting to sell okay. But if you want to come see me live, ShaneTalkComedy.com, brand new show. We've done just Wall Garden and Bangor, which sold out. Thank you to everybody who came to that. One Waterfront sold out. We've got a second one on the 30th of November. We'll announce the lineup for those very soon, but there'll be a bit of stand-up on the lineup, so it'll be great, so you'll have a good time. Link for all those in the description. We are sponsored by none other than Northern Irish Connections. Now you're going, Dave, you ask me.
Man, what is Northern Irish Connections? Who are Northern Irish
First of all, it was set up by Invest NI, and they're passionate. You know what Invest NI are always doing? They're saying, hey, let's get all the business over here. Let's make things, let's do things. They're passionate about celebrating what makes Northern Ireland such a great place to live, work, study, invest, and do business. Because for a long time, people weren't doing business here. And now we're saying, get in here, because we're up to all sorts. But now we've cleaned our act up. Northern Irish Connections is a network for people living around the world designed to help people stay in touch with developments back home and share their pride about here. And we also want to know, because we did this a couple of weeks ago, where are people listening from? Dave, we have people listening in Australia.
What about China,
Japan. We have people listen. Do we have anyone listening in North Korea? Reply below. Let us know where you're listening. We have Belfast guy in China listening for so long. He's gone a bit cold. We hope he's okay and hasn't offended the Yakuza.
he rebranded himself to just be his normal name, and I said, no, you got to be Belfast guy in China.
Has to be Patrick Quinn.
Yeah.
You got to be Belfast guy in China.
PQ.
Change it by depot.
Yeah.
Whether you're originally from here or have an interest in living, working, or visiting here, check out Northern Irish Connections. They have an Instagram page, which I follow, and you should too. And you can find out more and stay connected with the great things coming out of NI. So the link's in the description. Northern Irish Connections, thanks for sponsoring this episode. We're also, of course, sponsored by none other than Manscaped. Dave, you're a hairy big man.
Yeah. Nodding around my penis, brother. A wee baldy Dick Elliott here.
I can confirm and verify. Oh, get it away. I can confirm and verify that this man has very trim pubic hair, and that's because he uses Manscaped products. We all do. Manscaped's are #1 in men's below the belt grooming. They have all products that you need. Dan, you going to throw me something here? Yeah, should we give? Yeah, of course we should, Oprah. We'll have a Lawnmower 3.0. Manscaped are on the Lawnmower 5.0, but we'll give away a 3.0. Dave, what do people have to do in the comments if they want to win that?
They just need to comment underneath what they do with their pubes. Isn't it? Is that what they do? No?
Do you want to give us a phrase or something?
Yeah, I want them to reply underneath Hollywood. Cause that's a Hollywood shave, totally bald.
Is it?
Down there's the Hollywood shave, but I want to say with the 1L.
What
I
about-
want them to say with the 1L Hollywood shave?
What? So they just write Hollywood with 1L ...
Yeah, or no, Hollywood shave ...
Hollywood shave ... Okay.
And if they want the bonus points, if they throw like a wee emoji in, like a wee razor or something.
Okay. Well, we'll pick a winner to win the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0, but they now have the 5.0.
Can I just say I still use the 3.0 to shave my bonds with?
Right. Okay.
I like it. I must say the 4.0 wasn't mad keen on. 3.0, I think it's.
Well, then you should bloody well try.
I need to try 5.0.
This is 3.0 plus.
Mother
Oh,
of God.
go to manscaped.com, use code T with me for 20% off. Free shipping. Link is in the description. This episode, I was in Edinburgh. I was at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I had a few hours to kill, and I said to myself, with this much comedy talent running about this city, why am I not bringing some of these guys together to do an episode of this podcast? And we booked Monkey Barrel Studio, and I played the big horn, and a few guys heard it. What, Dave?
What?
Why when I did the horn, you look like you didn't like it?
I know. I just don't want to talk about Edinburgh because I wasn't able to go.
Oh, that's right.
Fuck
You lost loads of money and all. But some guys answered the call. Those guys are Vittorio Angelone, Andrew Ryan, and Ryan Cullen. Lot of Ryans in there. We had a great time at the Fringe. Please enjoy this away fixture episode of the Tea With Me podcast.
Did he pay you cash?
Paid me cash in the end, yeah. So I'm not leaving, mate.
Did you say the phrase? We'll just roll.
Phrase
by the
that
way.
pays?
Did you say the phrase? I'm not leaving.
Yeah, so I'm not fucking leaving. It was a time when I kind of used Facebook.
So I know we're at the permission. Do you mind if I do this? But I don't.
That's okay. I like it. You could please do this one back.
Have you seen that hairdresser? Who like?
Can I touch you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I have your consent to cut your hair?
Really?
At the start, TikTok videos, this weird like no.
Because if the answer is no,
no, all right, that'll be 20 quid. What?
Just going for a sit down.
So Andrew Ryan was once in. By the way, this is an Avengers of Irish comedy right now.
It's big.
Yeah. So what have we got? We've got 3 from the north, 1 from the south.
No, he's from South.
Where are you from?
From the very north.
He's
of
in
the
Irish.
south.
I thought you were Derry.
No, I'm very close in fairness. I'm 5 yards. From,
He's in the-
5 yards from Strabane.
He's in those blurred lines.
So you're in Euro sterling.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
anything goes.
When people rob and people do a crime, they just run next to Strabane and just live behind enemy lines.
By the way, I think that's a Drake album. 5 miles from Strabane. So, by the way, we'll talk about it also. I nearly got into an altercation with a flyer there. But before I do that, you went to Soho Comedy Club.
So
you were 100 quid
I do a gig Soho Comedy Club, right?
before you'd done 20 gigs for them.
No. It's my first time doing a gig. 100
I was
quid.
making a joke that it's a fiver every time you do.
I don't get jokes,
good,
Shane, and you know this.
That was good, quick man. I respected that as well.
I did the gig and your man hadn't paid me, and I email after email, ignored after ignored. But he had form. Like there was lots of people that weren't paid. And I was
So you were scabbing already?
yeah. So I was no, but like
They don't pay comedians.
yeah. So I was doing the Comedy Store one night, and I just emailed him and said, "Listen, I'm coming in tonight. It's
What was
got,
the subject line?
I'll see you later." Or something like that. Like,
Did it say urgent?
no, it was me again. Right. Anyway,
Did you hit him with a regards rather than a kind regards?
Alarm emoji.
yours faithfully.
Yours imminently, Andrew.
Subject line en route.
Went over in between shows, and I put it up online because there was a private group, on Facebook with all the comedians complaining about people that weren't paying. And I said, "Guys, I'm popping in tonight." Everyone's like, "Oh, let us know how you get on." Went in. It was the end of their show. Walked in, and he saw me and he hid. And I just went up to him and went, "Hiya, you owe me 100 quid. You've been ignoring me for 900 days or something, whatever, 4 months." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And his first thing he said to me was, "I can't pay my rent." I just went, "Neither can I."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not my problem.
So then
at
he
all.
says to me, "Have you come in here for a fight?" And I went, "No, I've come in here for me 100 quid.
Yeah.
And there was another person working on the
Would
show.
you take him in a fight?
No, he had the back to me.
I like this jacket is very somebody that goes down to a venue to collect money off
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
real,
yeah.
Can't pay, we'll take it away.
it's real Sopranos.
Like fixes table tennis matches in Turkey.
You're putting
Greyhound races in Western Ukraine. Like, you know.
You're just leaning on the owner of Soho Comedy Club. You're going, listen, if you don't pay me this £100, all I'm saying is it's a nice place you've got here.
Lovely venue, sir.
Have you got fire insurance? So he went out the back and he came in and I just stood there, said, look, I'm not leaving, man. And I actually looked around and I went, I could use those speakers, like, you know. I've genuinely, I've never, I'm not a confrontational
You turned
guy.
into a bailiff.
Yeah, like, I'm not a confrontational.
I'll pay you £100 to leave.
So, gave me the cash and that was it. And then I was quite proud of myself to do it. And eventually I put it up on the Facebook then, and a few of the comedians who we all kind of know messaged me saying, oh, fair play, well done for going in. Never worked for him ever again, obviously, but I did say to him, I said, I emailed you this morning to tell you I was coming in today. And he went, yeah, got it, yeah. I goes, why didn't you reply? Oh, I don't know. I just went, like, you're bringing this. If you'd have turned around to me and said, I'm in the shit at the moment, can you hold on for 3-6 months? I mean, of course, communicate.
Yeah,
Didn't communicate, so that's when you lose the rat.
I wouldn't have been fine with that.
I don't think I could pull that off, by the way. If I was like, I'm not leaving, they were like, well, you get comfortable, mate. You said it was like the Avengers. Now it's like it's 3 Avengers and a Make-A-Wish kid.
Can't believe I got to meet them.
I know a comedian who had to take a promoter stroke comedian to an ATM, called to his house and was like, I need that money. Guy's like, I don't have any cash. He goes, right, well, let's go. Made him get in his car, took him to the cash machine.
Oh my God.
Really?
That's so cool.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Have you ever had any issues like that?
I'm still owed money from my tour. That's a slightly separate issue, but I'm owed £400 and out, like, from a guy in uni, and it's over.
Why did you give him £400?
So I was buying his laptop, and then he never gave me the laptop.
Classic.
Like paying the money and getting the laptop at the same time, or did you do the bank transfer?
I got a bank transfer, and
he
he's
said,
like,
I'll be
I'll
around
give you it
next week
tomorrow.
to
Because we were
collect it.
seeing each other every day. We worked at the same bar, went to the same uni, and he's just like 6'9", enormous gay guy.
Where is he now? Like, what's the communication at the moment?
As in, like, talk.
I have
like,
he just stopped replying and then blocked me on everything, and I've just had to be like, that's not my fault.
And how many years ago was this?
6 maybe.
it's not coming. That laptop's not coming.
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
When you said enormous gay guy, height as well, or is he just like
No, he
well
was-
into it?
he
Big
was-
time gay.
I think he was where I remember when he was in residential halls in uni, he had to get his bed replaced twice. He was about 25 stone, 6'9", like frightening
The
guy.
hammer.
Yeah.
As he had previous, like in terms of selling
Boyfriend.
stuff.
No, he was a bit of a bullshitter, but it was never like, no, he didn't seem to owe people.
And have you ever
money.
physically seen that man since?
No,
Do you know where he is at all? Like, do you know?
literally no idea. I've stopped. Like,
So-
I've just resigned myself to it. It's over. It's done.
Do you know Kai Humphries tried to buy a PlayStation 5 for £100 off like Amazon Prime, but like the description was just in Chinese and it wouldn't translate. Right. And
what
he was
did he
like,
get?
maybe
It's worth the risk.
He was like, it's worth the risk. He he genuinely was like, it's worth the risk. If that comes, think of how stupid you're all going to look. And you're like, you're not going to get a PlayStation 5. And then, you know, like you see a message like 3 weeks later, still hasn't come yet. It says it's stuck in Guangdong Harbour.
He just gets a picture. He just gets a picture of a PlayStation. That's what he gets.
Stuck in the Suez Canal.
You mentioned Kai Humphries being comedian friends of ours and
Oh, yeah.
good friends of yours. I met Mark Nelson once. Right?
You okay?
I know he's at the Fringe. Loved him. Came on the pod. I was like, Mark's great. So many mutual friends. Everyone loves him. I said, don't know him particularly well. I put up a picture. I was here last week. Me, you, him, and William and John Marr, and Mark wrote under it, "Fucking state of this." Right? 5 to 5 lovely boys smiling. Right?
Just having
And he wrote-
at Bristol Square.
He wrote, "The fucking state of this," and I commented under that and went, "Mark, please delete this." Right? Obviously joking. Send me a DM 2 minutes later, taking that down, mate. Sorry for any face calls.
So Mark.
So Mark. And then you were under that, so sorry again. And I had to reply, I went, Mark, I said, I'm gone here. I was like, it takes a lot for me to laugh out loud. I was like, I am gone, sitting in the house by myself. If you think I really wanted you to take this down, you're mental. And then he just like laughed.
You got it, then. Like,
But imagine like I do stand up and another stand up makes a joke and I'm like, man,
take that down right now.
It's so funny.
But he has that form, doesn't he? Like there was
He
somebody,
just gets wee nervous.
He loves
Just
it.
to him.
Yeah. Didn't somebody review a show this year and put up something like, went to Mark's show, some of his subjects should not be in a comedy show.
right.
And he put that up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like,
Someone called him the daddy of Scottish comedy. He's delighted about that one.
You could say that quite camp.
Yeah,
he's a
It
daddy.
feels different, yeah.
Daddy.
It'll feel different.
Daddy.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad one last night. I nearly got myself in trouble. So we sat in the Monkey Barrel bar after the show, and just people just come in and out, whatever. And we're sitting there joking, and this girl comes in, and we've like a little running joke that I'm racist.
Is that a joke, is it?
Who's the joke with society?
Me in the world have this wee
You're
joke
in the
that
Met Police. Joke investigation.
So this is Sharon Wan Joey. She's black. She's very, very funny. And she comes in and she's like, "Oh, here he is. Is he making racist jokes as usual?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Oh no, blah blah blah." And then it turns out it was Mark Jennings' birthday, and he comes in with a caterpillar cake. And I just turned to her and go, "Do you have a knife?"
No. Oh, great.
And did everyone hear it? Yeah. but no one's getting the context.
Vittorio, you can't say that.
I got in Adelaide. I did something terrible too backstage. There was this woman who's like proper annoying everyone. She's just trying to sleep with every single comic, but just
What's her name? Share Instagram.
But she came up and what she said to me in front of everyone, and I felt bad for it because it was pretty brutal. But she went, she was
She a
like,
comic,
maybe no. Right. She was like, maybe I could be one of the topics of one of your jokes. Is what her chat up.
Her jokes?
Yeah, and I was like, that's disgusting. I don't do fat phobia at all. And I went, oh God, no. That's all it is. But Mark Simmons, of all people, was dying laughing, going, like, the nicest man.
But he's a secret. He's got a bite to him when he's not doing his wee puns. Yeah. His wee puns in a car ride with Mark Simmons. He's like, "Oh, they're a piece of shit." And I'm like, "Yes, Mark, go on."
I love that when
I love
when
seeing
a
a
nice
comic
guy
out of
breaks.
context, They have such a nice personality, and then you get them on the quiet for an hour or two in the car drive to go, "Do you know he's a fucking cunt?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And all it takes is they say they don't talk shit, and then they'll go, "I'm only going to say this to you." Like, yes. The floodgates then open.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
do the same shows last year. What's going on?
Yeah.
Same shit again. Same shit again.
Different titles, 70%, same joke, same joke.
Yeah, joke. I love that stuff.
I had a bit of a heroic day. I landed here, walking through Edinburgh. I'd only arrived for an hour, and there was a lost girl in the street,
Okay.
like a child.
Okay.
Totally lost.
How do you know she was lost? Just go up to her and go, are you lost?
She had that. She was maybe 8 years old by herself.
Was she
looking
Asian?
around. Yes.
I fucking knew that.
Well, she was like Indian.
That is Asian, but it's not the one you think of.
Yeah, it wasn't the one I was thinking of. So
It's not what
I'm
he was
not
looking
wrong.
for.
Right.
Is this a normal thing?
I just presumed, like, if you know.
Right.
I don't know why I was right there. It's always Asians that are lost. Or they look lost, or I'm not going to get into it.
Okay. I'm going to distance myself from Ryan Cullen here.
I'm just saying, I was right.
You were right.
You were
Continent-wise, kind of.
It was a lost Indian girl.
Okay.
And I could tell she was lost because she had a backpack on, she had a phone in her hand, and she was just looking around.
She's just travelling.
She was scared.
She's on Pokemon Go, mate.
Just on her gap year.
So,
She's doing a primary school gap.
me and another man approached at the same time.
Bad.
But waiting for someone else to. But here's the
You
thing.
lost, little girl.
We were both waiting for someone else to tag in. So it wasn't
You need
just
a lady.
you directly going, are you lost? He was waiting for someone else to arrive and understand the situation, and so was I. So bang. But here's the thing, he definitely couldn't have done it by himself, because he looked like, remember Badly Drawn Boy?
Oh yeah, with the beanie hat.
Yeah,
With
a big long beard and all. He couldn't have approached by himself. So we both at the same time were like, let's see what's happening here. I said, are you lost?
Wait, no,
She
did
went,
you have like a moment of eye contact, like before you both approached?
Me and him.
Of like,
Yeah.
No, not that. No, certainly not this. Hold on. The tongue never. Where you didn't come from?
Yeah.
No, it was this. Look, it was this. How does it not convey?
that to the camera?
This Indian child is lost.
come over here,
And then
come over here.
No, it's nothing like that.
Come over here.
So I said, "Are you lost?" She
She's
said, "Yes, I'm on the Harry Potter tour." I said, "Okay." I did have the thought of what would be the most non stance, and it was hands on hips.
Well,
It says it says like, I'm actively looking for your parents. Hands on hips.
Okay.
And moving around and moving
Keeping my
around.
head
Keep the
busy.
head moving. Get the phone out.
She knew your mum's phone number, but it was an American number, and I put one in front of it and it wasn't connecting. So I'm trying to ring her mum. I sent 2 text messages to her mum in panic. First one, hello.
You up?
Second one, I have your daughter. If my phone's here or somewhere, I'll show you the text.
I have your daughter. Yeah, there's other ways to deliver that news.
Then the dad arrives and she goes, "That's my dad." I'm like, happy days. He probably like has a few quid. If they're Indian or in the Harry Potter tour, a few quid, right? I'm thinking, what?
You
For
want
saving their child?
Yeah, saving. What's it?
Safeguarding the child, protecting the child until
Shane gets his card reader right.
Burns, yeah.
Listen, the fringe is expensive for comedians.
Do you sign up to my Patreon?
Yeah.
It's £3
He comes over, just nods at me. I go, "Is that your dad?" She said, "Yeah." I went, "Happy days," and like didn't walk off quickly. Give it.
But how'd you know that was his dad? Or her dad? How'd you know?
Because she said that's my dad.
Oh right, okay.
And
Can't
he
trust.
also didn't look local.
Okay.
So
Have you been getting your steps in this week, have you?
I feel like you've been looking for this lost girl.
So my point is, he just got angry at her. There was no
Acknowledgement.
thanks to me. Then
That would fuck me off.
I
in
walk
fairness.
on, the whole family are waiting, and the mum is shouting to the child like, "Fuck's sake," and or whatever the
Fuck's
Indian
sake.
for that is.
Fuck's sake.
And I said, she's all good. I said, you might have got a text from me there, just ignore that. But I'm fishing for a.
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
dad's not going to thank me, you can thank me.
But you have the mum's number now.
Yeah.
So you can give it a week and just
They're
text
from
back.
New Jersey, because when I
Just
rang the
text
number,
back
that's
in a
what
week
it
and
said.
just go, "Hey,
How's she getting on?
leave my account number sort code here."
Yeah.
Just take your time with it. Here's my
Yeah.
my account number sort
And if
code.
not, St. Andrew around.
In that jacket.
Go, listen, the lovely house here in New Jersey.
Lovely family you have here.
Turn up
Awful shame.
something bad happened here. Like, you owe me money, like.
You share a compliment and I'm not leaving.
You should go and look for Madeleine McCann now or something. Oh, you're pretty good at
I think I'm on a roll.
Just fly off the porch and be like, "I've got something going on."
He doesn't find the white ones, Tobias. My cousins went to school with the twins, and apparently, like the siblings of Madeleine McCann, and apparently, if you mentioned it, you got expelled. Like one person did it, and they were like, "We need to completely cut this out. Like, you just can't mention like no Madeleine McCann jokes to her siblings."
You guys having a good French?
I stayed in the apartment place where she went missing at the time.
Cheap?
No. See,
Just for one night.
imagine this is how they found it out. Just me in the pod. No, I was in the fucking place. They were always talking about
Before or after?
before the year before. Oh, the panic there.
Probably cheap,
yeah, it's probably. I did that with the Malaysian Airlines when it went missing. I got a flight to Australia for like £200. It was unbelievable. Like as soon as it went missing, I booked a flight on Malaysian Airlines. It was class.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that stuff is
To me and you, Andrew, we
That
value
stuff
for money.
is great.
No, but discounts.
That stuff is great.
See, he's on
You know
my
when
thing.
loads of people die and then you get money off? That stuff is
They didn't
great.
die.
Hold on a
They
second.
disappeared.
Hold on a second. True
Yeah, they're coming
crime is
back.
the
Take your
biggest
laptop.
genre.
Yeah.
True crime is the biggest genre.
Yeah.
To watch. So
It's
the
Baby
most- it's the
Driver's
most
like 50 cents
profitable
on
genre.
DVD.
True crime. Bad things have to happen to be entertained.
Bad things is good for the economy. Is this what you're saying?
Well,
No, I'm just saying. It's like true crime is one of the biggest genres in the world of TV and film.
Yes, and I don't know where that leads.
What my point to say
Is
is
that giving
that,
us discount?
but one point is that when bad things happen, there's always a good film.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
See
just
my
going.
point?
I just
Yeah.
got
And
a
that
cheap
film
flight.
creates money and employment
Yeah.
for set design and
So
costumes. and all that.
all those like Jeffrey Dahmer, good guy.
No,
but
I'm not saying he's a
boosting
good
the
guy.
economy.
You're saying he's doing a lot of good.
What I'm saying is telling those stories, which is harrowing stories,
yeah.
they provide a form of entertainment for people, which is terrible because it's true crime. That means it has to happen to people, which, you wish there was no true crime.
Yeah.
Obviously. But what I'm saying
Did
is
they
that
even prove that
for every
Dahmer stuff
negative
was-
stuff that happens, a positive could come out where you can learn. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Cancel this bit.
Well, it's illegal, or it's illegal to be keto now, is it?
Just saying, there is money to be made on tragedy. That's all we're saying.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I got to Australia for 200 quid.
That's so. Have you ever seen the video of the guy that like just goes on holiday to wherever like a most recent disaster or terror attack is? Like he flew to New York like the month after 9/11 because he was just like.
People are going
I
to
thought, to be honest, I thought you were going to say the day after the month.
You got nobody
Yeah.
flew anywhere the day after 9/11.
I thought I was in a
During a
terrorist.
September 12th flight.
I thought I was in a terrorist attack in New York. Oh, I was so excited. Like I came out of the fucking genuinely because I came
The
out.
most Irish attitude to that.
I shot boss.
Yeah.
I was in Harlem and I was living in Harlem and I walked out and there was people like
You lived in New York.
I was homeless in New York for 3 months.
Where did you sleep?
Harlem.
No, but like, did you sleep in the street or did you sleep in
You
the
live in-
sofa? Like,
Tompkins Square Park.
If you're
most of the
looking
time.
for- If you're
19.
looking for an address, I think you might not get one. He was homeless.
Yeah.
no, but like,
So
say
in the
homeless,
park?
you could sofa surf.
Yeah,
No,
I hear
no,
when
no.
people say they're homeless and they are just staying at mates' houses.
Yeah.
It's like,
No. I lived in the park, Tompkins Square
Seriously?
Park. You know the one where Friends pretends to be like Astor Place down in East
Right.
Village. I live in that. I lived in there.
Had you?
It was also,
what was the goal for the?
I went in the J1. I fucked it.
3-month visa to work in
I
bars.
had the return flights booked, but it was 2009 when the Lehman Brothers crashed. So there was 800,000 people unemployed, and the only job you could even have a chance of getting was construction. And fucking, why would they hire me for that? So we were done.
Yeah.
I could have like probably like rang someone and went.
Obviously,
Where
you
did
did
you
this in the
sleep?
summertime. You didn't sleep in.
No, it was the summer.
Where did you sleep? In the
Oh, it's
park?
fine then.
Did you have a spot every time, or did you have to keep?
It was so much fun. It was like a park full of like Jamaicans and like the good skinheads, and I had hair at the time. I would have fitted in way better now.
There's dreads.
Yeah. It was just a party. To be honest, I think it took 3 days before I realised I was homeless.
You just thought you were partying, like.
Was there lots of like kind of newly homeless people?
Yeah,
because
it was
of
like
the
a big
crash?
community. They all
Was it
just crashed
safe?
in that. Yeah, it was, well, yeah. Do you know I couldn't do it now? I was a bit
Yeah.
more mad at 19.
How
you know.
much stuff did you have?
Well, I had like a bag, but what happened was I got a smaller, tiny bag for day-to-day stuff, and I spent a $5 and I chucked my stuff in a storage unit for like a month. What I did have, because I had a suitcase.
Right.
How'd you shower and wash and stuff?
There's public ones.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, high chance of molestation, but they were good. Okay. Anyway, I came out of the park one day in Harlem, and everybody was in tears, running around the street crying, and I was like, "Oh my god, timing, right?" But it was actually I was in Harlem, so I was it was the death of Michael Jackson. I just realized I was outside the Apollo Theatre. That's where I was at the time. So people were running around screaming. I was so disappointed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think it happened?
I thought like another fucking building went down. I was like, there's a terrorist attack. People were screaming on the street. And I was like, it was a celebrity death. And I went, oh, fuck.
But it was only the death of the king of pop.
Screaming in the street about Michael Jackson.
Literally in
dying?
tears.
Like when Kim Jong-un died.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was crying
Sorry,
about that
Kim
too.
Jong-un is still alive and reigns supreme.
Mentioned tragedy earlier. Has anything tragic happened at this Fringe to anybody?
Yeah. Oh, man. It's the greatest thing in the world. Do you know the amazing Bubble Man?
No.
He does like a kid show.
Yeah,
doesn't
he fell on a baby. I don't know if I should be telling this, but the Bubble Man fell on a baby.
What?
Baby had
So
to
he
go to-
puts people in bubbles
Right.
and like, like a big,
And
when you-
bubbles, are you?
and you blow them.
Yeah.
But he makes big massive ones.
Right.
And then puts like kids inside them.
Yeah, he fell off the stage at McEwen Hall onto a baby.
Well, the
Okay.
bubbles burst.
How's the
That'd be
baby?
great.
That's
Can
all
I get more? Can I get more? Can we try that again?
The bubbles.
The bubbles burst.
Yeah. Just like the Lehman Brothers.
I don't say like you're right on my wavelength here about how funny the Bubble Man falling off onto a baby
I mean,
is.
when you got a phone and out,
I gotta know the end.
Baby's fine.
it undermines it when you use the phrase "the bubble man."
Yeah.
The bubble man's falling on the giant. keep calling him the bubble man.
The bubble man fell on a child, right? The baby's fine.
Right.
The baby has survived, okay?
Right.
I would just imagine, like, how funny it would be with, like, if he was trying to, like, win the gig back with the ambulances.
Oh, yeah.
A miniature stretcher or something. And I'm up there going, oh, I've got autism.
Who's drinking?
I mean, another baby for the next drink.
Apparently he said that the stage was too lubed. The stage was too lubed because of the balloons.
And the
Also, it
bubbles.
was wet.
The bubbles,
yeah, damp right up. He said
It's
the word for it. He lubed. It was over
It's
lubed.
a load of fairy liquid all over the...
Yeah.
Wow. Was it an ambulance ride and stuff?
Yeah, I think it
Sure,
was.
it's
I think
obviously
I think it was more of a precautionary ambulance situation rather than any. But it is a fall off that fucking
Can I say
stage.
something right now?
Yeah.
Your Fringe show, I thought started far too late, right? So I was like,
I agree. It's 10:25 p.m.
that was
I'm not loving it.
10 out of 10 fun.
Oh, it's the most
I
fun.
loved
It's
it.
the most
See, when you
fun.
described how it worked to me, I went, this is a lot of moving parts. Come on, we go off. You do what I do. But I was like, I don't know how this is going to play out. I really, like, I was sitting backstage being like, this might, like, I might not have a good one here. This might be like too weird, or it might not.
Yeah.
Work. It was like, because it's a crowd work show.
Do you know the show? So I'm doing a crowd workshop
Yeah.
every day. So basically, and it's
Explain
like
how it works.
audience suggestions. So I go on for like 5 minutes, explain what's going to happen, hand out wee bits of paper to the whole audience. They all write stuff down and put it in different categories, which is like dating, am I the asshole, filth, and a bit heavy, which is that's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's like that dead people dying and shit. And
Yeah, somebody like a couple of days ago just
Dead
wrote, my dad died 2 months ago.
Oh, nice.
And you
I just had to like be good crack about it.
you found the person like,
Well, I,
so-
I said to him, I was like, "Oh, you all right?" And he was like, "No, it's fine. Fine,
One of
everything
the,
all right."
the night I was there was a fella who had scattered. Remember, two brothers that had scattered their granny's ashes that day.
Into a lock.
And when he was scattering them, he slipped and fell into the lock, and his phone was waterlogged. He's like, that happened
And
today.
he's covered in his granny's ashes.
And I told him that if you do that, it's a rule that then your granny has to go to hell. If you fall in a lock during it, it means she's going to hell.
But the guy whose dad was dead, he was like, "No, I'll put a different one in. Just read that one instead. I'm sorry for putting it in. It's too heavy, too heavy." And then I was like, "Right, what's the other one?" And I like found it, and it was basically like, "Are you still looking for tickets to the Hibs game?" And I was like,
Because my dad's not going. What did you say? That?
because he was like, "I've got a spare ticket." And I was like, "Whose ticket was that?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Oh wow! And that was the end of the show. It was good.
Did you ask him what happened?
I think it was just like big sad cancer stuff.
But it's like a tag team crowd work type thing. Like, you go on.
the
So
bubble man's
two people on
second.
the stage. So the last like 15-20 is like both of us on the stage together.
Nice.
And that's it. That's
But I've done a bit. You've been on there a bit, and then when you're on, I'm thinking about things that then gets brought back to that,
Yeah.
and it all like comes together. But that's the thing. I was like, I don't know if it all will flow, but it was like every bit at the end like gets like a bow tied. around it.
Yeah, I feel like
I
I've
loved it.
it's just been like incredibly lucky every day, but it must be like I've structured it well enough that it seems to work out. But like every day, I'm like, this could. Last night really nearly ended in just like nothing.
Okay,
Just could not. So many bad suggestions in a row. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
So what are you doing there? Are you trying to? How are you dealing with stuff when you go? This isn't moving. Like, how are you dealing with
He's
it?
racist.
Yeah, big racism.
Hard hours. That's how I did.
But you just move on to the next one. But also, like, you just talk to the person who wrote the thing generally, and then you'll get a good.
Yeah, that was the tip you gave me for it, where I was like, I don't really know what is the story. Isn't funny, and you were like, you then speak to the person who wrote that, and then you can get into them.
Because we had the
It was
guy in
brilliant.
the hotel who worked in a hotel.
The what was it, the hotel called again?
Thorpe Park.
Thorpe Park Hotel and Spa. And every part of it was like a gift from the comedy gods. Because the guy was like he was like being a bit like sassy, a bit cheeky, but it was like a 19-year-old fella or something.
Yeah.
And he sort of like halfway through it, he was like, fuck, why did I even write this down? Because it was like he was getting rinsed, but it was great.
Well, yeah, at the hotel there was like a specific package you could get where they would like bring a DVD up to your room.
In 2024. So you got propositioned. Yeah,
So
an
he
older lady
brought
called.
a DVD up to this, and she was like in lingerie.
Yeah.
It was such a buzz.
That's fucking
And he was like
ridiculous.
reluctant to tell every part of the story as if
But
he
he'd
was
written
bored.
it down.
He said
It
it's
was great.
Thorpe Park.
Hotel
Exactly.
and Spa.
Like,
not the.
He rolled his eyes. He was like glazed over saying that because they must get so many phone calls.
okay, that's all right. That's very funny.
Did I?
He was sitting in a jacuzzi and the bottom falls out. Can down a fucking slide.
Can I tell you guys my Fringe haircut story? Pun intended.
What did you go to a barbershop in Edinburgh?
Well, this year I did, but this is 20.
I feel like barbershops are funny. Nobody ever calls it a barbershop.
But yeah, that's it. That makes it seem black.
Yeah. Are you thinking your Ice Cube, are you?
I'd say barbershop now because hairdresser sounds like
Barbers.
I just call it barbers.
Oh, barbers. Yeah.
Barbershop sounds like somebody's going to start singing bum 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 bum.
So 2014 or something like that, I'm at the Fringe, and a guy I know was playing rugby at the time for Ulster and then moved to Edinburgh. He was looking for the fucking nice guy you'll ever meet, looking for something else to do while he was here, for like when rugby ends or if rugby didn't work out.
What if rugby ends?
It's coming. They're not talking about
It's a
it.
ticking time bomb.
Good Netflix special on that though, wasn't it?
But he was like, your career could be very short. So he was looking for something else to do. So he was training as a barber, right? And he got himself the best kit you could get. And he's like, I'm learning how to be a barber. And he goes up and cutting the hair of like loads of players in the team and stuff. And he's like, I'm really getting the hang of it. And he goes, when you're over, I'll come to the house, give you a haircut.
Which players? Peter Stringer, John Hayes.
Keith Wood. It's an idiot one ball player.
Yeah.
Devin Toner.
And I was like,
Nowadays, yeah.
at that time, wouldn't have been bald though. But don't worry. But I said
2006. He wouldn't even been in the squad.
2014.
Wasn't even,
14.
wasn't even born.
2006.
So I said, yeah, I'd love that because you're fucking everyone's skint at the Fringe and haircuts are actually weirdly there in Edinburgh. So I was like, I'd love that. That sounds great. I get there, I panic a bit and go, you want to be in front of a crowd every night. I was like, oh, just back and sides, maybe just shave the back and sides. And he's like, I'd really love to like do the top and like give you a proper trim. And I was like, you know what, yeah. So he's got all the kit and he's talking me through the technical side of it, and he keeps like wetting my hair and like, you know, slicking it back to cut it. And I was like, fucking it. But he keeps pumping the water onto it. He shaves it back and sides and it looked great in the hair. He's like, we'll put some product, and there's loads of product on it. And it's like quiffed up and all. And I was like, this fucking, he'd be better just quitting rugby now because he's talented. Yeah. So I mean, thanks very much. What do I owe you? And he's like, I'm learning. I was like, you've learned. Part ways. I go do a photo shoot in just across from Three Sisters. There's a lane.
Oh yeah.
That goes up like a thin street that goes.
Yeah, there's a wings place just there.
Something
Fisherman's Close.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I know what
Right.
I know. Yeah, it is some fish, but yeah.
Doing a photo shoot there. The guy taking like straight after the haircut. The guy taking the photos is like giving me like weird. He's like looking back at the pictures and then looking at me. What's up with this guy? And I get home and I've got the shot and I'm like, there's a lot of product in this hair. So I have a shower and I wash it, and when I dry it, the man's giving me 7 different haircuts on one head. Like, he's giving me a quiff, he's giving me curtains, he's giving me a step. He's like, this bit's like long, this bit beside it's short. It is the worst thing it's like if we tried to do a haircut, that's what it's like, or worse. And I'm freaking out, and I had a show that night and I was like, I can't leave this like this. So there was a barber's down Leith Walk near where I was staying, and I walked in and we're about to close, and I walked in to say to the guy, like, man, I've had a fucking nightmare. I walked in and the fella went, we're about to close, but take a seat. Like, he looked at me like, he was like, we'll get you sorted. Yeah. He like turns the sign round.
Turning the shutters down.
No one can see this.
The guy
I made a promise.
The guy thought I'd done it. Right? He thought I had done it. I explained what I was like, a mate did it, he's only learning. And the guy goes, no worries. He's like, the only way I went, can you just cut it like the one length? And he goes, the only way we can get out of this is minimum 3 all over. And I have a fucking weird shaped head, and as like a slim guy, you can't. Sorry. You can't.
I don't know what I
rock,
can do about this.
unless it's nature, right? You can't rock. I can't. I can't have a skinhead, so I had to just get the skinhead, and then I went, fuck, he's coming to the show in 2 or 3 nights.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that's great.
So I sent him a message on Twitter and went, mate,
You won't believe what's happened.
when you arrive at the show, you'll see that I have a bit of a skinhead. I went mad one. Had to go back to Belfast to audition for a war movie, and they needed me to have a skinhead. And when he showed up to the show after, he knew that he just fucking knew. He went,
sorry, man, I've been poisoned by Putin.
Yeah. He's like, well, I was the addition.
Did I tell you like lost a bet and then positive bet you had to shave your head or something?
Man, he knew whatever it
Shane's
was.
not involved in that sort of stuff.
He was bullshitting.
Yeah.
And now, so what's happened now with him? Is he still cutting hair? Is he obviously? Are you in any contact with him?
I think he has like a high flying professional job. I don't think he plays rugby, but he definitely does some barber.
He's a classic rugby player, like just like gets a good job after
Yeah.
because they're not making enough.
It's like the Gaelic footballers.
Yeah.
Like they all have top jobs. Like
Yeah, where they're walking in
AIB
and
bank.
fuck all every day.
What sportsman?
Do you know
They're
what I mean?
really
like to
being-
cut your hair?
They're. Oh.
What sportsman do you think could give you a good haircut?
Oh.
Is this be a man? Can it be a woman?
What's the first one? A person?
Man? A sportsman?
Oh, a sports person.
Because like there's something quite nice about getting your hair cut. So I'm thinking like just one of them hot pole vaulters or something.
Nick Kyrgios.
Tennis player.
Yep.
Good
He's a bit of a live wire. He's a bit lively, isn't he?
I love him.
Creative. He would have good chat.
There'd be lines.
Fashionable, stylish guy. I go with him.
Go with Nick Kyrgios?
Yeah.
But like, are you basing on what their hair looks like?
Yeah, because I can only be like Andre Agassi.
No, you're looking for like
I'm like, he's nailed the bald thing.
David Beckham looks like he'd be a good barber.
And he's very like.
But he'd probably make that
OCD.
haircut all about him, though.
Yeah, you'd also have to listen to him.
Yeah, it's the chat. It's the chat.
Chat as well.
Can I say something? I found his documentary the most boring thing I've ever seen. In
Oh,
my
I thought you were, because you're a United fan.
Yeah,
I thought you would have loved
football.
it.
I think he seems like a thoroughly nice guy, but like when he's doing all the beekeeping stuff, I'm like, we could.
He does
we could do this.
beekeeping?
He
He's
does
just kind of
beekeeping.
like
he's obsessed. He loves his bees. Like
That's interesting.
He just gets
I like
into
Posh
stuff.
Spice. She's funnier.
David Beckham.
That was funny when she was
When
trying
I
to
said
spoof.
David
She was.
Beckham. David Beckham. He loves bees.
I heard it in the background and I was thinking, I went, what was that? Yeah, David Beckham. I don't get jokes. Bended like Beckham. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Did you
I
follow
liked
football, Vic? Did you follow?
it. Yeah, I'm
you
a
follow?
Celtic fan.
Oh, you Celtic guy?
I would have grown up more of a Liverpool fan, but then I moved to London and all my mates were like Glaswegian and I was kind of like half a Celtic
So you're a
fan.
Celtic
anyway.
fan.
Moved
Oh,
to
right,
London,
didn't know.
supported a local club.
Yeah, Celtic.
Glasgow Celtic.
I used to go to Leighton Orient games.
Oh, my mate when he lived in London,
great
he loved
crack. Great crack.
it. I go and see
Leighton Orient.
QPR when I'm in London.
Oh,
Done
that's an
3
odd
times.
choice.
Very posh club.
Do you know what?
Are they?
It was the cheapest tickets, and a mate of mine had been a couple of times, and he said, "You're so close to the pitch."
It's
And you
a really
are.
good
It's
stadium.
fucking brilliant.
Really,
I
really
loved
good
it.
stadium.
I used to go to St Albans in National League South.
That's quite hipster, isn't it?
And I live 5 minute walk from Clarence Park in St Albans. Non-league, Saturday, 3 o'clock, you get on the app, who are they playing? Ebbsfleet or fucking Dover, you know, one of these things, right? Mid-table, National League South, you walk in, they have their ultras.
Yeah.
There's 11 of them.
Or Clive,
Like,
as
you
he's
know what I
called.
mean? Or like, there's just none of them, like, you know what I mean? You walk in, 22, 23 quid for non-league, and you go, all right, we go in.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, I always thought
That's big,
But
yeah.
you know what? One thing I couldn't remember this, right? I had to go
Is that
into
to play as well?
yeah. I remember one day I had to go into London at like 9 a.m. one morning to do something on a Saturday, and I was coming back on the train from St.
Extort money from someone.
Yeah, collect my wages from the night before, right? And I'm on the train back up at like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 2 of the players that were sitting on the train. They're on the way to the gig, right? And they're in the St. Albans kit and they're just on their phones. And I'm like going, I'm going to watch this. And the 2 of the lads are sitting there. And I used to play football manager, you know?
Yeah.
And I used to manage St. Albans once as well. Like, and I used to be like looking at them and I'm going, which one's he now? Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
And I'm like going,
Am I in an argument
I'm
with
going
him?
to pay 20 quid to watch you guys play football and you can't afford a car.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even get to the, you know what I mean? So it was good. I used to go Fulham. Been to
that'd
Fulham
be
a
cool.
couple
I'd
of
love
times.
that. I would love that.
I've been to Tottenham. Obviously, had a season ticket at United for 5 years, and then where else did I go when I was in England? I went to I used to go to when I used to do Birmingham Glee. I used to always go to Solihull Motors.
Oh, yeah.
When if they were ever at home and I would do the Glee that weekend, I'd always try and get a weekend and was going to Solihull Motors and watch them in the non-league. It was great crack.
That's fun.
Do you used to do comedians football the Fringe?
Think so.
Like all,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
Stenhouse
regular-
Muir. We used to play against Stenhouse Muir.
Yeah.
So
Do
I
you
did
remember
it.
the time me, you, Lloyd Griffith went to the park?
Yeah. We had shots at Lloyd Griffith. Trying to get like a big 5-a-side goal.
It's so hard.
Lloyd with 2 jumpers, who brought, by the way, fucking like £500 gloves, full full gear.
Yeah.
And me and Ryan were equidistant either side of him, like 20 yards away, both sides. Like me, Lloyd, Nets, Ryan, and I would hit a shot. And then Ryan would hit one from the other side, and we did this for about 2 hours. It was fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. People watch it thinking it was a Fringe show.
It's always great to have someone who's happy to be in nets.
He loves it.
my God, yeah.
He's
loves
big
it.
on being.
And we did do a 5-set.
I've just remembered that Leighton Orient used to do free season tickets for students.
Yeah,
And loads of my mates would just like go every single weekend to Leighton Orient.
What's the saddest thing you've seen at the Fringe this year? Like not like a show, but like what's street performance sometimes.
Last year, a speaker fell on a guy's head just before my show. Big, heavy speaker.
Oh, jeez.
Big head.
Big head as well. It was bigger
Thank God.
after.
Thank God.
I saw something. I wouldn't say it was overly sad, but I saw somebody flyer a group of people at Bristol Square, and the person went up, and I was very sorry, like, you know, that arty school of performance,
Flying
right?
for themselves.
Yeah, they're flying like an improv show or something,
Right.
And they went up, and there was like 4 people, 2 couples having a drink, you know, in Bristol Square, and whenever goes, improv comedy, 9 o'clock, right? And then one of the people on the table, I was sitting on the step, you know, just kind of like, and I just kind of looked over, and it just caught my eye, and the guy just went to them like, "Oh, is it any good?" You know, like he was trying to humour them, like first 2 days of the festival, right? And this woman just went, "Oh my God, we are absolutely hilarious. Like, we are breaking boundaries." And she just had this pre-prepared, and I just went, anybody that says it is absolutely hilarious needs to be fucking taken out of the festival.
Breaking boundaries.
And after about 30 seconds, you could see the 4 people furious. 3 people furious with the guy that asked her the question.
Humoured it? Yeah.
They were like, going, why the fuck did you start that? Like, you know, that kind of thing. And the confidence of this woman to go around to sell this show.
Yeah.
And you could see every table she left, the people that she spoke to were just like,
Well, because the thing is, you have to
I
like.
found that quite sad.
You can't just say it's really funny. You have to like be funny in the flying bits. Do you know what I mean? Like Mickey's classic one was like, "Oh, sorry, can you hold that?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh," and he goes, "I got you," and just walks off.
I nearly had a full, like, not a fight, but I had a confrontational moment before we met. Near where Three Sisters is. Was walking up there. There was like 3 guys flying different shows, but you could tell they're mates. And it must have been like 19, 20-year-old, and they were like in people's faces quite a bit. Like, it was like, obviously they had said this is what we'll do, and I was coming up full of the joys of summer. Here for one day, sun shining, feeling really good.
Is that a phrase you use often?
Full of the joys of summer.
Is that a phrase?
I've never heard of
Full of
that.
the joys of summer.
Full of the joys of summer.
I've never heard that too. So.
Did you use spring in your step?
No, no.
You're full of the joys of summer.
I'm full. It sounds like a weird way of referring to hay fever.
Do you ever preface it with, "I've got a spring in my step"?
Preface?
Full of the joys of summer?
Yeah.
That's too much. That's too much.
Way full of the
Can you take
coldness
the piss
of
on the way I
winter.
speak?
These
Take the
boys.
piss on the way I speak. Hope your show dies and it's ours.
He shows up tonight. Lovely show you out there.
You got insurance?
Yeah, PLI.
So they this guy, like, so I was looking at them doing that to other people, and then he's turned around. I think he was English, and he's sort of like very much got in my way with a flyer, but to the point where I had to like stop.
Yeah.
And I went, hey, whatever he was saying, I went, "No, you're alright." I was like, "Did you watch the personal space?" And like full dad, and
Watch the personal
and his mate goes, "You walked into him." I said, "Stay out of it." You were 20 feet away. I was on my way to.
I was
you.
ready to go.
I was like this. I was like, there's some. I was like, something. There's going to be a real scolding moment here. I was going to take his hand to hit it, and I went, and he goes, "You walked in front of me," and I said, "If you have the wrong person, they'll lose their mind. Don't walk right into somebody's path like that." I went, "Whatever show you're selling, you're doing a really bad job of advertising it too." And
Yeah.
well done.
Oh, did you do the head flick that you just did there?
And Andrew, when we came back down the street,
I went looking for him.
they weren't there.
Wasn't there one there on the right in the green jacket?
He was there for him, but he wasn't part of
Oh,
it.
he wasn't part of that group.
Hunting flyers.
Because I actually said like, should we go and look for him? Because I want to get flyered by them. So
You want to experience it?
Well, I want to see, like, you know, Shane's two fight. He's not lost. He boxes like that's what I'd say. Shane, you go now.
He's a two-fight boxer.
If he fights him, like,
if
if Shane fights him, I'll film it. Like, good content.
Yeah.
Shane Todd beating up Friars.
I would have beat these kids.
Professional boxer Shane Todd.
I thought you were like waiting for someone to walk in front of you so you could just hit them immediately.
Oh,
which
no.
would really confuse them.
No, like I'd like to see them like. Do you know what I know it's very easy to say this now, but who were they flyering for? Say,
I don't know.
Say if they were flyering for Ryan, I go, you're doing that fly. I goes, no, 1 second, I'm just going to ring Ryan here 1 second now.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Even though I might not have had a right number, do you see my point? Like, I didn't go. I'm going to ring Ryan. I'll be back to you in 2 minutes.
Would you pretend to have had a conversation with him in front of them if you?
I'm on the phone with Santa here.
Oh, you're in a bad mood. Well, I'm going to make it worse.
Flying around with your flyers, mate.
Nobody around you shooting.
Your phone starts ringing while it's at your ear. Fuck off.
Oh, that's Ryan ringing back.
Andrew, when our cameras died, did you just out of nowhere just asked if anyone had signed themselves up to medical trials ever?
Yeah, it's a common thing in England.
It is the Hammersmith medical trials.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to make it clear that I've actually not taken part in any medical trials.
Yeah, I think you should.
Even though, I look like I've done them all.
We're testing the medicine for you. Yeah, so in a mate of mine, it's basically people that do it if you're kind of skint, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no one's doing it for the love of medicine.
You're not doing it for the parish. Like.
I'm talking like maybe 15 years ago. I had a mate of mine that did it. What's the name of the company? There's a couple of them.
Hammersmith Medical Research is like the big one.
So basically, they'll take you in for like 3 or 4 days. And
depends on the thing.
Depends on what they're trying. And then they'll give you a load of tablets or whatever it is they're trying to do. And then you'll obviously, basically, you could actually go in and nothing could happen.
Well, they do placebo for some people. There are some people on a lot of those trials that don't get.
They just get sugar pills.
You're taking nothing.
Yeah. So whatever way to do it, but you get paid a good few £100 and whatever it is.
You can get a few grand for something.
Yeah, it all
but
depends
you
what
always
you're
think,
doing. Like,
as the money goes up, you're just like,
yeah. I'm not coming out of this one alive. Like.
Common jelly beans.
Some of them it's like common jelly beans.
It's worth the $2,000.
Yeah, that's the next big frontier of medicine.
Yeah.
Can we turn common to jelly beans?
Did they not accept you? You said you applied.
No, I got on the list. There's all sorts of things like you can't be a smoker, you can't be this and I don't do it. But like I just got too worried about it, and I would never need it. Like it was just, I would get the emails every so often, being like, "We're looking for this type of person. We're looking for this type of person," and I would just go, "No, I can pick up some more shifts at the bar. Like I'm not going."
Yeah, well, it was when I was starting. I was like, "Gee, I could do it an extra few quid every month," and I was thinking, I knew someone that did it, and they told me, and I looked into it, and I contacted them and filled in the
guy with 3 arms, you know.
Yeah. You didn't test paracetamol.
He gave it 3 thumbs up.
Most of the time it's sugar pills, like hand going over his head.
Do you know Chernobyl, Chris?
He's never been.
But if you have all flared for yourselves at some point, like what are
I used to do it for Chris Kent.
Oh, well, he's got his kids doing it now. He's given them a little like script to go with.
Okay.
But the younger one keeps fucking up the script.
Oh, great.
He's
improv. Around the French too.
Have no milk.
The script is like, it's not great, but it is free. Like that's just the way like joke he's told him to say. And apparently the younger one just keeps going, it's not great.
Right. I didn't fire him actually. Sorry, he rang me just before the show. Like this is like my first Fringe, and he was like,
"Chris,
I've glassed myself." My flyer rang me. He goes,
glassed.
He goes, I'm sorry, man. I might not be able to make it in today. I've glassed myself, and I was like, "What do you mean glassed?"
Who was it?
Yeah. So and I was like, "You glassed yourself?" He goes, "I," and this made it worse. He was like, "I was a whiskey glass," which is a lot more
thick.
Yeah, it's
crystal,
thicker. Yeah, and I was like, he goes, "I'd like to come in, but I'm not in good looking shape, you know." And I was like, "Oh man, I need to. Yeah, if you want to do it, you can do it, right?" Well, man, this guy ran it, and I thought like he had it patched up.
Yeah,
there was still like glass in his face, and like blood. There was blood trickling down, and I fucking like he had a patch, and clearly, I was like, I don't think he took the glass out. He just put a plaster over it, right? And I was like, well, go for it. Full room. Of course. They thought it was a part of the
violence.
He feels like every day he's going to up it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Slash my wrists. I'm ready. I've got to go an hour left.
Yeah, I used to flyer my own. I was okay. I thought it was pretty good.
I came up with a good technique. You know the way everybody does exit flyering?
Yes. For other shows, someone
Wrong.
right.
Entering flyering.
Entrance flyering. This is the fucking thing. So they're stationary. They're
And,
just
and they're
queuing,
going to be waiting 5 minutes
And
in
they're
the chair
bored.
when they're in there.
and they're bored. So you just like whatever show finishes just before your show starts. Walk along the queue and go, "Hi folks, are you looking for something immediately after this so you can fill up your day with shows?" And often people just want to like, "What's the next show I can get to like straight away?" So like just stack because they've got their like 3 things they booked in advance. You know, they're going to see like big names or whatever throughout the day, and then they just want to pepper in like shows they're taking a chance on. So in my first year when I was doing a split show, like the door they came out of, they just saw me at the door to my venue, and I was just like, "There's a bar and toilets in there," like. Go straight in. So I would just go along the queue and be like, "All right, how's it going?" And it was a magic show that they were going into. So I was like, "When your show finishes, you can go straight into mine if you want to." And they're like, "Oh, what's the show?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a comedy show." And they're like, "Oh, we'll say something funny." And I'm like, "You're a grown up going to a magic show." That was just my go-to, like every single day.
I used to flyer in the assembly and I used to shout at people as they walk past, go, "Comedy for the disenfranchised." I'm like, "Comedy for people who'll never be able to buy a mortgage." "Excuse me, you look like you'll never get a mortgage. Do you want to come to my show?" And I used to like be a bit insulted, like. And then I used to go over, you know, when they go up to the box office and they're looking at the listings, the board. Or the board, whatever, and you have like your sold out boards. I'd be on like, say it'd be a Friday and I'd have a 90-seater and I'd be on 71 at fucking 40 minutes before my show, and I would go up and just block the board. They would have all the listings,
And
you know,
the only
like I would
show
just
you need
stand
to
there,
see,
like,
right?
and they'd all come up. I'd stand there, like, "You look, it's on in 20."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, and I actually said to me, people would come up and go, "No, you're not getting a flare. I don't think you're suited for me."
So
and then they'd laugh and they'd go, "I'm only joking, give a flare." And then they see a little bit of you.
Yeah.
They're like, "This guy." And then a lot of the time, I don't know if you got this, but people say, "Are you actually the person flyering your own
Yes,
show?"
I used to get that.
people are baffled by it.
And they're like, I goes, "Yeah, well, why wouldn't I?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and they're like,
Well,
"Oh,
yeah.
wow." Because we thought you had like teenagers or students doing it. I was like, "No,
I'll fight them if you do."
Shane recruits them at the train station.
Yeah.
Little 8-year-old Indians.
Yeah.
And I guess the mum's number, and over the next couple of weeks, Shane's like left his wife. He's out living with his new missus in New Jersey. Like,
I'm like, "Oh, remember Harry Potter that did this? This is the real experience." Remember the flyer for this?
go around the corner.
Circuit comic.
I thought he flew. No, he flyered.
Do you fly your own show?
No, not anymore. I don't have a likable face.
Yeah.
You do.
No, it's. I don't have a resting wanker face. I can't sell my show.
Right.
I actually put people off it more than anything.
Has Roast Battle?
That's
been
all
going
right.
on?
That would work.
Has it been going on?
Yeah. Well, I've only done 2. Like, I couldn't be arsed. They used to run it out of
Every
the
day.
Three Sisters or 3 days, and it was a disaster. Like, I was looking at it,
it's
going
so hard
like,
to get that many comedians.
You and William or
yeah.
Getting it on?
Yeah.
him and William Thompson?
Me and Willie are doing it on August 15th.
You better not.
Because he is disabled, but you look disabled.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
Yeah.
What is it like to find out which one's the least wrong with them?
I mean, that could be a fun Fringe show of like
Yeah.
you get 3 comedians on stage, one of them's disabled, and then the audience have to like guess which one it is.
But you
Yeah.
won't have to stay stationary and not move, so you can't see any physical movement.
Yeah.
Because Willie, you'd see it with Willie. Like,
Now, Paddy and Willie, they went last year.
That was-
And Willie and Kieran last year. Willie's
Yeah.
good at it, isn't he?
Yes, he
William's
is. Yeah,
good at
I've never heard the word spastic used quite so heavily than Paddy McDonnell, who I don't really. He even said to me, like, 'cause I didn't really know what a roast battle was when I got up there.
Yeah.
You know, because Willie had
had
He
written
said
it.
he said he'd never heard it.
I was sitting there
He
going,
said
like,
he'd never heard of the concept
really?
of a roast battle.
Yeah, I thought Willie was going to describe it to him, but it was Willie going up writing jokes, and then Paddy just going, "You're a fucking," and everybody was just getting more and more awkward. Yeah, very funny.
Paddy's there with a raw chicken and olive oil, like, is this not what I was supposed to do?
He better fucking
I just don't like that word, man.
yeah.
Don't like it.
Roast battle.
Flyer me for your show, I might come in.
Sold out, mate, sorry.
Same.
Yeah, it's easy when you do half the run.
Could have sold out the whole run if I wanted. They've asked me to stay on. I said, no, I'll go home. I'm going home to Rob Victorio's house. You got insurance at home, mate? Some nice things around here, like.
Is anyone doing anything in, by the time this goes out, the Fringe will be over, but is anyone doing anything in Belfast or the North anytime soon?
Yeah, I have tour dates all around the North. Ballymena, Ulster Hall, Millennium Forum, which is a bit of a stretch for me, I would say.
I'd be fine.
I'm doing the parade in Ballymena.
I'm doing the parade in
Underrated.
Ballymena. Never done Ballymena
Underrated.
before.
Great.
Yeah, all around the place, and the tour extension is not selling as well as the initial bit,
Well,
but it's
an extension.
Some of them might get pulled, but hopefully they'll still be on.
I'm the same in the UK. It's awful.
Tell you what, if anybody's in Southampton, Winchester, or Portsmouth, buy tickets, but understand that it still might not happen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Andrew Ryan?
Just have the Opera House in Belfast down to the last 150 or something.
When is that?
Just the Opera House.
January, but the rest of the North is all sold, and then I'm adding a few extras. Enniskillen's being added as an extra.
Arnold?
No, I'm actually going to do Pat's. Anything that's a comedy club I love doing.
Yeah.
I love doing a comedy club. And I'm adding extra London, and I'm adding an extra one or two, but over the next couple of weeks that'll be announced. So yeah.
Where are you doing in London?
The Bill Murray.
Nice.
So I think I might be going up to the Leicester
I love
Square.
doing the Bill Murray.
Oh, nice.
Up to the Leicester Square.
It's the best.
Nice.
Shout out Darren and Malachi at Leicester Square.
Yeah, great guys.
Yeah. Nah, I'm doing like laveries and a couple of things to keep up
When
at the end of the
are you
year.
doing
I'm
it?
pretty sure it's not until like November. I will be touring this show definitely for the first time, but that has not been sorted
Come on again
yet.
when you're doing Laveries.
Yeah.
Come on again when you're doing
Yes,
Laveries. If you
absolutely.
know when that is, we'll plug it on there.
Yeah, yeah.
ShaneThugComedy.com for my live dates. Thank you very much, Ryan Cullen, Andrew Ryan, Vittorio Angelone. Thanks to Merlin.
Big up.
Sippers, get ready for tea with me.